Viking Range Corporation, the originator of commercial-type cooking appliances for the home, is proud to bring you Christmas with Chef John Folse and family. Information on Viking products or dealers is available at www.vikingrange.com.
Here in Louisiana, we have a saying: we don't eat to live, we live to eat. And y'all, that could have a double meaning. In every bayou village and home we visited, we found one thing to be true. Although all of our dishes taste great, they're not all good for us. So my mission today is to take our time-honored recipes and make them a little healthier for us. I'm Chef John Folse. Welcome to Louisiana Cooking with a change of heart. Hey! Hello, hello! All right! Hey, y'all, I got my mistletoe, huh? Hey, welcome everybody to my home kitchen for the holidays. It's so nice. Y'all look so gorgeous in here. Huh? You look so wonderfully festive. Thanks so much. Boy, do we have a fantastic show here today, because we're going to cook all of the traditional dishes that we used to cook in the area known as Cabanossi, St. James Parish, Louisiana, where I was born, on the river between Baton Rouge and New Orleans. A very historical area, an area where the French, the Spanish, the Germans, the Africans, all the different cultures came to settle in that area back in the early 1700s. Sitting right here at the counter with me is Father Louis, the pastor of St. James Catholic Church. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here today. Y'all, believe it or not, hey, I used to be an altar boy over there. Oh, yeah. Hey. Oh, absolutely. Hey, I think I deserve a hand. And y'all, you're not going to believe the dishes we're cooking today. And I tell you, these are the dishes you want to cook at your home this holiday season. And now, to kick the big show off today, you brought the St. James Catholic Church Choir. So y'all, why don't you just kick off this Christmas season for us? Let's go. Father, I tell you what a great accompaniment to Mass every Sunday right here. Yeah, this is really great. So. You know, I took the liberty to jump in my little Thunderbird because it's warm in Louisiana during this season, and I took a little trip down memory lane back to Cabanossi, back to St. James Parish. Y'all, why don't you join me? I want you to see who I revisited while I was there. I grew up in St. James, Louisiana, a small village tucked along the river road 50 miles upriver from New Orleans. As I followed the levee, I was greeted by farmers burning sugarcane and hauling it to the mill for harvesting. Dad retired from St. James Sugar Co-op, and I even worked here during the grinding season. Cabanossi Plantation was home. The house is gone now, but young boys are still building bonfires just as we did long ago to light the way for Papa Noel on Christmas Eve. My next stop was St. James Catholic Church, a historic structure built by the Acadians. I met up here with my godmother, Anna Mae Leday. You know, y'all, it's visits like this that make going home so special. I hadn't seen Nanny in quite a while, but boy, did she look great. We stopped and lit a candle together before walking through this beautiful old church where I was an altar boy. Right across from the church, I had to make the most important stop of all, a quick visit with my mom. She died when I was only 7, but boy, do I remember those special Christmases that she made for us. And then, y'all, I was off to see my sister Ruth. Hey, girl, how you doing?
Hey, Johnny.
Boy, I know your house is all decorated to the max.
Why you Noel? Come on in.
Well, good.
Hey, John, look at my my traditional village that I put up every year. It's the Heritage Dickens Village.
Now, in the Dickens Village, what's the most important pieces that people would want to collect?
Well, I would think it would be the Globe Theater, since
yeah.
it's the Charles Dickens
yeah, sure.
replica.
Right.
And I like this little area here with the boats and all. Reminds me of when we were growing up, you know.
Exactly,
here's
sure.
your little boat, there's for the boy, and there's for Jerry out there.
And the
here's
crawfish.
Look at all the crawfish there.
Ruth had the stockings hung, and her tree was beautifully decorated with ornaments, little toy soldiers, and my favorite, bubble lights. But y'all, the best sight of all was Daddy sitting by the tree for a Christmas chat. Well, Daddy, you know, we're sitting in front of this big Christmas tree here. There's decorations everywhere. But when you were a young boy, Christmas must have been a little bit different, huh?
It was much different. You hung your stocking on the mantelpiece by the chimney, and you hoped that you got more than an orange or an apple in there, you know.
An orange, an apple, or a nickel, that was what most people hope for, huh?
2 firecrackers.
I didn't even know they had firecrackers back then.
They had firecrackers.
Now, what about Christmas dinner? What would Mama Folse have cooked for Christmas dinner?
The best dinner in the world, you know. Either you had wild game, or everybody raised a lot of chicken, you know.
Yeah.
A few people raised turkeys, and
yeah.
whatever
whatever was in the yard, huh? Now look, since you're sitting under the Christmas tree, what you hoping that Santa Claus bring you this year?
Well, I hope it's more than an apple like last year.
I think you're going to have a good Christmas this year.
I know I will.
Well, y'all, I knew what I had to do, so I headed home to stir up a little chicken, oyster, and andouille gumbo for Daddy's Christmas dinner, just like my mare would have done. So, Father Head, wasn't that fantastic? I mean, I love that area. And you know they say you can't ever go back? That's a bunch of bull, right? Anyway, welcome. It's so nice to have you in the choir here today. And, of course, right across the aisle from you here is Carl Crow, sitting right here, and Janie, his wife. And, you know, y'all going to help pass some gumbo back to the crowds, huh? Now, don't y'all hog it. Just keep it going back there, okay? And Father, you have your pewmate here, this Paul O'Neill. Paul is a very good friend of ours, and I tell you what, I love this guy, and look how Christmas he is here. Now, Paul, you can taste a little bit of the ratifia, but keep your hands off of the popcorn balls, okay? Did I introduce Rex? Rex is my camera guy here, and of course Rex is going to be shooting some of the pots. Rex, let's take a look at this. This right here, y'all, this is my wonderful ingredients for the salami, or the game pie of Louisiana. Ducks, of course, cabanossi is actually an Indian word for where mallard ducks roost, from the Indian word. So this is mallard ducks right here, little teal ducks. Rabbit right here, Rex. A little venison, naturally right here, venison. All of the different game can go into the pot. Those who aren't hunters can certainly use domestic duck, like the Long Island duck today. Here we've poached the rabbit, poached the duck until the meat fell off of the bones. We kept the stock. And Rex, let me show you how we put the pie together. We're starting off here with a little of our dark brown roux. And if you look down in that pot, brown roux is a thickening agent and a flavoring agent, and of course it's going to thicken our sauce here, our salami. So into the pot, I'm going to put a little bit onions. I'm going to start off with the traditional items that go into this salami here. A little bit of the colored bell peppers. After all, it's Christmas, y'all. You know, oh yeah, we got to put the little ornaments on the tree. Slivered garlic. Y'all like garlic? We all look at it. I'm using slivered garlic in here too. So y'all, now I've taken all of my onion, celery, bell pepper, mushrooms. Now Rex, take a look at this. This is the meat that I've already browned. This is the rabbit and all of that I've boiled, deboned. I'm going to put some of that down into the pot just like this. You notice there's no bones in here because this is going to be a pie. Now, look at my stock here, Rex. This is the stock that I've created by boiling all of the ducks and the deer and all of that nice stuff. Isn't that wonderful? All right, Rex, I know your camera can smell that great game stock. There you go, huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, then, y'all, you want to put just enough of the stock into the pot. Remember, this is a pie filling. It's not a soup or a gumbo. So just put enough stock in here, and you can imagine. Y'all heard the saying, the nearer the bone, the sweeter the meat, right? Huh? Well, that's why we want to make this stock with the game bones, is because this is going to be really full flavored. And then as far as for seasonings, y'all, whatever herbs and spices, I'm going to put a little basil, a little thyme down in there. You can put parsley, green onions. Y'all like green onions? Oh, yeah, y'all just greedy here. Everybody likes green. Y'all just greedy for seasonings here. Now, once this simmers for about 30 minutes or so, remember, it's always best to put it in the refrigerator overnight, because in Louisiana, our roux-based dishes always get better with sitting in the refrigerator. Rex, I have some already done over here. Now, I have it, you see, once it gets cool, you see how thick it is? And then, of course, I have some already in the pie. You see how nice that is? If I was to put a hot fill, I guess so. Oh, yeah. Y'all, you could do anything with this. Take a look at this pie right here. This is the one that was in the oven. You know, when you go to midnight mass in Louisiana, you have to put your salami pie in the oven at about 250 and let it slow cook. And then, Carl, these are the ones, the appetizer versions. When you're going on the levee to have your bonfire, you take one of those with you there, Carl. There you go. Now, I'm going to tell you what I think is the most famous réveillon or awakening dish in Louisiana that we serve on Christmas Eve, especially for the bonfire. There you go. You're doing a pretty good job there, Carl. You're a fair guy, is the way I would say it. One of the most famous dishes, gumbo. Y'all, how many versions of gumbo there must be in Louisiana, huh? What, hundreds? Yeah, at least hundreds. But the most famous, y'all, of the River Road, St. James Parish, the chicken, oyster, and Andouille Gumbo. And Rex, I always start mine with a big old bacon hen. You see that hen right here? This right here is a baking hen or a rooster. My mother used to always use that big old 12, 15-pound rooster. This is about a 12-pound baking hen here, either one of them. Now look at here. Andouille sausage, y'all. Yeah, y'all all familiar with andouille, huh? Oh, yeah, good andouille, the heavy smoked pork sausage over pecan wood, and then oysters and all of the seasonings. And Rex, I have my roux already done over here, so come on over and we're going to look at this. This, again, is my roux, and I think I mentioned, y'all, in Louisiana, equal parts of oil and flour, cooked to about 385 degrees. I put my onion, celery, bell pepper, all of that into the roux, and you notice I added my chicken to it right there. I put my chicken in. I've added my garlic here. Now, y'all, one of the things you want to do with a chicken sausage andouille gumbo for Christmas Eve is to smother your chicken and all of your seasonings down in that roux for about 30 minutes or so to get that really great flavor. And at this point, I'm going to add the andouille sausage. Look at that. Oh yeah, here. There you go. Take one. Andouille is going to give the gumbo that fabulous flavor, that really nice flavor. Oysters, y'all, you cannot make. Oh, yeah. Oysters in season right now. Hey, love them or hate them, you love them in this pot, huh? Yep. Oh, yeah. Now you stir that around. I'm going to even add a little bit oyster liquor or oyster liquid right out of the shells. Oh, Rex, I see you getting close to those oysters there. Now, y'all, a little basil. A little thyme goes down into the pot. Green onions and parsley. Oh, yeah, there you go, Rex. Green onions and parsley go down into that as well. Some bay leaves. Would y'all say that this is the most traditional of the Christmas Eve dishes, gumbo? Oh, huh? Yeah. I see a lot of heads going, yeah. Father, do you get a lot of these pot of this broth that you
on?
Do they bring that this is a Christmas Eve dish that's going to come to the rectory? Mm-hmm. I might have to make some for you myself. And then, Rex, look at here. A beautiful chicken stock. Now, y'all, let this come to a rolling boil, reduce it to simmer, and let this cook for about an hour to an hour and a half. Season it at the end with a little salt and pepper and hot sauce, whatever you like. The smoke, the oysters, all going to marry well in here. It's going to be incredible, y'all. Let me show you what it looks like when it's done. Rex, you have to take a look at that terrine, because if you don't get a shot of that terrine, oh, I tell you, that terrine is fantastic. Take a look at that. The only thing better looking than that terrine is what's standing behind it, right, son? Oh, yeah. No, and look at here, my big chicken terrine. You see that oysters and chicken and gumbo? Look at that thick, rich gumbo, y'all. Rex, take a look at my fruit cake here. You see that beautiful fruit cake? You know, a fruit cake is not only historically just one of the wonderful cakes because it was the original wedding cake of England, but we know that the pharaohs in Egypt actually had these cakes made with a multitude of fruits and dates and nuts of every kind. And this was one of the cakes that supposedly went to the afterlife with the pharaohs. And I think that's why it gets a bad rap. You know what I mean? I think people think it's still the same cake. You know what I mean? Now, y'all, one of the greatest main dishes on the Christmas table, we celebrated a little Réveillon a couple of minutes ago. Now we're going to jump to Christmas morning. And the French brought to Louisiana with them in 1699 the tradition of the goose on the Christmas table. The French goose, you know, I mean, it was everywhere. We used a wild Canadian goose, but let me show you what it looks like. Of course, this one is roasted nicely, about 350 degrees, seasoned inside with apples and grapes and oranges, a lot of salt and pepper and granulated garlic. I even stuff under the breast with garlic, and then I roast it for about 2.5 hours. But you see the dressing right on the bottom of the plate, Rex? Take a good look at that dressing down there, because this rice dressing is a gift to us from the Germans and the Africans. The Germans brought the meat idea to the dressing, or the stuffing, and the Africans, of course, of Louisiana gave us the knowledge of grain growing and rice growing, so we can thank the Africans for that wonderful dish. And look here, you can get a good close shot of that. Y'all, this is the ingredients to the what we call sweet Farre dressing, F-A-R-R-E, Farre dressing. It's a French name. Pork, a little beef, chicken livers. We even put oysters in it, and I have some of the meat already browned here. So, Rex, let's take a look at this pot. You see this? This is 50% ground beef, 50% ground pork. Why? The pork has all of the flavor, and the beef has all of the texture. So you want to put the two of them together, brown them slow and long in the pot, and I tell you, rice dressings. Now, in Vacherie, they used to have a bowl of this finished dressing on the table at everybody's home, right? And they would, when you'd go in, they'd make sandwiches with the Farre sandwiches. It was also a wedding dish. Didn't he make finger sandwiches with this for weddings? Oh, I tell you, I hear y'all. I hear you over there. All right, y'all, onions. Again, you know, whenever we cook in Louisiana, the Father, I have to tell you this. They call onion, celery, and bell pepper the Trinity. You know? The Trinity. Now, I was asking someone the other day, why did they call it the Trinity? And I said, well, I know why, because it's omnipresent in our cooking. Whenever we cook, we have the Trinity, onion, celery, and bell pepper. Somebody said, no, John, that's not it. It's because we worship food here. So I don't know how we got the name the Trinity, but that's where we are here. So anyway, onion, celery, bell pepper, and again, this is Christmas, and it could be a stuffing or a dressing. Now, what's the difference between a stuffing and a dressing? Oh, garlic, y'all. I got to pound my garlic on here. Of course, the stuffing goes in the bird. The dressing goes in the bowl. That's the only difference. So now, the secret here, y'all, sweet potatoes were a gift, again, of the Africans. The Africans brought with them the yam, and in fact, the Senegalese slave word for yam was yummy. We say yummy today because of the word yam. We grated the yam into this dish, and it gave this wonderful dressing a real sweet flavor. But once it cooked into the pot, there was no way to even know it was in there, y'all. That's very interesting that this went into the dish on the river. This is chicken livers here. Chicken livers that have been poached. A lot of people don't like chicken livers, but you have to have them in a good dressing. Otherwise, you're not going to have the flavor that you need in the pot. And, of course, I always chop them up, because when I chop them, nobody knows they're in there, y'all. Anyway, y'all, so that's all in here now. And then a little bit oysters. Oh, you have to have oysters in our Christmas dressing. And a little bit, again, green onions. You notice how we like to put a lot of the same flavors, green onions, parsley going in. A little bit herbs here, basil and thyme into the pot. Pepper. Oh, you have to have nice pepper, because remember, we're going to mix this with cooked rice, and rice is kind of bland. So you want to make sure you over-season this with a little salt and pepper so it balances off the flavor of the rice. So now I'll mix all of this around and let this cook, y'all, stirring occasionally, and not only stirring it, but adding a little stock like this. This is chicken stock, Rex. You see that? Huh? Yeah, you like that? Huh? Huh? Oh, yeah, the sweeter the bone, you know, the closer the bone, the sweeter the meat. So I'm adding a little chicken stock to that, and you can see how this is going to bubble and simmer. And when this is cooked for about, I'd say, I like to cook it long and slow, about an hour to an hour and a half. I want to show you what it looks like in a bowl over here, and I'll show you how to mix it as well. Now, right here, Rex, you see I have the rice. This is the Africans brought the knowledge of grain growing, as I mentioned. And in fact, the Congolese and the Senegalese of Louisiana used to call this dish yaya. And this is where gumbo yaya comes from. This is also where jambon à la yaya, jambalaya, comes from. Ham with rice, jambon à la yaya, the word for rice here. So Rex, you with me here? You see my meat all cooked together there? Got that? Now I'm going to spoon that. Oh, look how it's cooked beautiful. You see, you can't find those chicken livers, huh, Rex? Huh? Search for the chicken livers, Rex. Huh? All right, y'all. I would dump that into the pot, just like that, into my bowl. And now I would add some fresh parsley right at the end and some pecans, y'all. You have to have pecans in your dressing. Otherwise, you're just not going to have that wonderful flavor. Now, you mix it. I normally mix 1 part to 1. 1 part meat to 1 part rice, because I like a lot of meat in my stuffing. Okay, y'all. So anyway, that's the way we do our dressing. I think everybody see that, how beautiful that is right there, Rex? The pecans are in it. Now, you could stuff that in the bird, or, of course, you could just go ahead and leave it in the bowl, or put it under the goose, as I just did. Greens. Oh, Lord, greens. When I think of greens, I think of the cochon de lait, the little suckling pig. The suckling pig was a mainstay on many of the Cajun tables, but you had to really take a little bitty 18 to 20 pound pig to cook the suckling pig. And most people wanted to raise the pigs until they were real large so they could share some of the meat with the rest of the families in the neighborhood. So when you did a suckling pig, you were serious about your dinner. You know, it was a serious deal. Take a look at my suckling pig right here. And you see my little suckling pig has the apple in his mouth and all of that, just really beautiful right there. This is the big basket of mustard greens, collard greens, spinach, all those beautiful things. And let me show you how we cook those, because I have a bowl full of them right there. Just absolutely exquisite greens. Now in this pan here, I have a little bacon. But again, Father, I tell you the Trinity. A little onions, y'all, a little celery, and of course all of the beautiful colored bell peppers here again. And the secret flavor to my greens under that cochon de lait, y'all, will be a little bit of the tasso. The tasso is the spicy Cajun ham of Louisiana, and it has most of the red peppers and, of course, a heavy, heavy pecan smoke, and this is really going to be fantastic. I'm going to let this simmer for just a little while, and I don't think you need to know that when you do greens, you just take them. Rex, you ready for this? Let them rain right over the seasonings like that, and put them in the pot and let them just start to simmer. The steam's going to wilt them down. Mix all of these beautiful things together, a little salt and pepper. And Rex, I had to rush through this because look at these desserts. Oh, look at these desserts. The fudge, y'all. The fudge. Hey, look, y'all can start up a little music. I'm going to go through these right here. Little fudge. The tatalabouille, the most famous pie in Louisiana. A little bit of the yam pie. Oh, yeah. I wish you too. A little bit of the little Christmas cookies. Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas, y'all. Well, grab one of those. Pass those through the audience button.
Viking Range Corporation, the originator of commercial-type cooking appliances for the home, is proud to bring you Christmas with Chef John Folse and family. Information on Viking products or dealers is available at www.vikingrange.com.
Something old and something new. Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart is available for $29.95. This companion book to the television series features over 150 recipes. To order, please send check or money order to the address shown on your screen. A Taste of Louisiana, Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart is available for $19.95. This VHS video contains one episode of Chef John Folse's new television series. Please send check or money order to the address on your screen and mention the show number with your order.